Okay, so we're up here at Nebo Creek, and we're going to see if we can't catch ourselves some Bonneville cutthroat trout. We've got some anglers with us today that are going to be able to show us how to do it. We're excited about it. They're interested in the Cutthroat Slam program that we have in the state, partnered with Trout Unlimited to kind of make this happen. And Nebo Creek's a great place, pretty close to the Wasatch Front, a place that we can come and target the Bonneville cutthroat trout. See what we can find. So again, we're here at Nebo Creek. We've got our expert fly anglers here with us today. Now that's a point I'd really like to make is you know, you don't have to be an expert to be able to come and catch these cutthroat, whether using a fly rod or a conventional rod. You really don't have to be an expert. And we're excited today to have Sam Hutchings and his grandpa Mark here with us today, and they're going to help us and see if we can't catch some of these fish. So Sam, how long have you been fishing?
I think maybe 5 years.
Okay, so you've kind of grown up fishing and stuff, and now you're trying to learn how to do this fly fishing with grandpa, right?
Yeah.
It's been fun?
Yeah, it has.
Yeah?
It's been really fun.
Yeah? Okay, okay. And so Mark, you've been fishing forever, right?
Yeah, 60 years maybe.
But I think it's cool to have you and kind of bring your grandson and be his mentor and kind of say, hey, Sam, here's what we do. Here's how we do it. Kind of help him understand and appreciate it, and kind of if you're learning a thing or two, right? I just think it's awesome. You're 10 years old and you're out there fishing and doing stuff that I love to do, but it took me a long time to figure out how to go do that, you know, and you're getting a head start on us all, so I think it's awesome. So I mentioned earlier, we don't need to be experts in order to come and catch these cutthroat and be able to be a participant in the Cutthroat Slam. That being said, we've got Cade Moore with Fly Fish Food, who is the expert, and he is really going to be able to show us how to catch these fish, what you fish. How many days a year you fish?
Probably close to 300. Quite a bit.
So he is the one that's going to be able to show us how to fish and be able to do that. But I think it's really fun and exciting to see the variety of people and the skill abilities and things to go out and participate in the Cutthroat Slam. We don't have to be experts like you.
No, definitely.
I'm proof of that. You know, I can go out and I can catch some of these fish. And so it's fun. It's just fun to be able to see people like you that are in the industry and dealing with it all the time, and people like Sam and ourselves just in various different stages.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's an excuse to go play and have some fun.
Yep, no better excuse.
So we all caught fish on various different flies or rigs or setups and things like that. So it kind of tells me that it doesn't really matter exactly, you have to do it this way or it's not going to work. But you've got a lot of experience in different systems and stuff, so maybe explain some of the ways that we tried today.
Yeah, so we fished in numerous different ways. So I fished just a dry dropper. So you're gonna just fish a dry fly up top with a nymph on the bottom. Mm-hmm. So a great way to fish, keep elevated. But you could just absolutely come out here with just a single dry fly, fish terrestrials, big ants, big hopper style patterns. And then Mark, he was fishing just a traditional nymphing rig. Just 2 nymphs, single nymph. That's going to work out great for you.
So those are fishing more under the surface.
That's right. These go down to the bottom where the fish are feeding, right?
Yep.
So here's a few examples of the flies we use today. So here's going to be some nymph patterns. So if you're just single nymphing or under an indicator, you could absolutely use one of these. The squirmy wormy worked out great for us. If you're a dry dropper, you could suspend one of these little flies a little easier with one of the smaller dries. Here's a good example of those dries. An elk hair caddis is a proven pattern. And then we can move on to terrestrials with a bionic ant and chubby Chernobyl. Those are gonna be great flies to use here at these smaller streams.
But we also use the worms, right?
Yeah.
You caught a fish on the worm. And so kind of a typical setup, just a worm hook, maybe a foot or two below a split shot in this case, and find those deep holes and just try and get it to set down in the deep holes. And we pulled out a couple of nice fish doing that.
He caught one. I got a couple of strikes.
A couple of them kind of bounced off. So
Just came off
that's part of fishing, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, great opportunities to get out, try and participate in the Cutthroat Slam, you know, the partnership between Trout Unlimited, Division of Wildlife. It's so easy to register. There's a $20 fee, but 19 of those $20 goes straight to conservation efforts. So get out and enjoy the Cutthroat Slam. We're out here in the Raft River Mountains here at Johnson Creek to catch probably the hardest of the 4 subspecies of cutthroat associated with the Cutthroat Slam. And we're gonna give it a shot and see if we can't find ourselves some Yellowstone cutthroat trout.